From my earliest days as a writer, I always liked the idea of you defeat the villain, but their actions, or maybe your actions when in the process of defeating them, reverberate through future story arcs, right? Maybe future novels, future movies, future episodes of TV shows. More common there than other things. Case in point, the Wrath of Khan. Khan dies at the end of the Wrath of Khan. Spoiler alert. But what he does with the Genesis device kicks off the entire plot of the third Star Trek movie, and even results in the plot of the fourth Star Trek movie. It's almost a trilogy. Like Khan really has a ripple effect through three movies, including the first movie's end and the next two movies. What he did, they're dealing with the fallout in the third and fourth movies. They're just trying to get home in the fourth one, right? So I like that a lot. I like the fact that the actions have consequences that ripple through, and that's kind of happening here. Horty's been defeated. Decken may or may not be dead or alive, but these two guys, what they did with the Noah is still reverberating through several episodes later, and I think will continue. I don't think the filler starts until episode 575, and we're at 568. So we've got about another 6 episodes. A couple of those will probably be parties, and we're leaving and stuff. Finally, getting to the new country, or whatever the hell it's called, the second half of the Grand Line. But I think we're still going to be dealing with fallout. Like, literally in some cases, because you've still got this ship hovering over the city. And pieces of it are all over the place. I noticed that, like, there's little pieces of wood seem to be trapped in the air bubble. That's not going to last forever. So you got to do something with that. And I guess you got to do something with the people that have been defeated. Maybe fix up Luffy a little bit. Have a party. Because they always have a party before they leave these islands. And then we're going to F off. So, but I just like it. There's something about it that seems narratively satisfying to me that they have to deal with the fallout. They can't just move on to the next thing immediately. Because what this son bitch did. At any rate, you know where we are. I actually remember to advance it this time. And you know where we're going. 3, 2, 1. That's right, shark biting. On the way to the New World, that's what it's called, the New World. I think we're going to have to give a permanent solution to Decken, because I don't think he's dead. Some big ass sea kings. I need a band aid. That's all he cares about. He's tired as hell. She did catch him, I think. Didn't recognize any names there. Give us our orders, princess. Oh, that's why the chains were coming off. Shit. And somebody who has the power to talk to him, like her, needs to be in charge. Holy shit, I didn't pick up on that. Interesting. You can go anywhere when you have these Sea Kings pulling this shit. We think you're cool. She's actually pretty awesome after all. I mean, you kind of knew this already, didn't you? This ain't new news. Too late. It's not seaworthy now. It does make sense, all the chains hanging off of it. Great. If somebody could really give the Sea Kings their marching orders, they would basically rule the ocean. Oh, yeah. There's something I forgot to do. I thought she went to him, but no, she didn't do that. Yeah, man, maybe we won't be so effing useless now. They got wrecked. Like, he just plowed through them like they were a field. Now, get that damn ship out of here. Maybe he can talk to you too. Yeah. What, Gold Roger talking to you? Probably. Maybe Whitebeard. Nope, Gold Roger. Yeah. Look at him, he's wild as hell. Come out here. Don't make me kick your ass. I almost forgotten about these people. It's been so long. The shipwright's got a lot of work ahead of him. Yeah. That would be an unsettling sight, wouldn't it? Cammy's shocked face is very deeply disturbing. Nope, you can't fix shit. It's too big. Just get it fixed. I don't want to hear your back talk. Look at her. She's still looking shocked. Finally, gonna wrap up this plot line. Where's Mud Boy? They said Mud kidnapped him. he he left the mermaids and stole the treasure. Jesus. Not the tamale box. God damn it. Those are some good tamales. Sounds like a good prime opportunity to do some robbery. Yeah, we need to get the populace a little calmed down about this whole kidnapping scenario. You should be ashamed. Get these MFers. Lock them up. Look at it. Where the hell do you think you're going? Don't make him water shot. He will tear your ass up. On your knees. Yeah. Not good enough. I see. Not good enough. He'll decide to get your head cut off. You better make this announcement. You besmirched their name. It was more than a mistake. Mistake is you buy 2 bottles of milk when you only meant to buy 1. This is an egregious error. You didn't know shit. Don't lie. Yeah. Sure thing, Smedley. Kids will call you out, man. They don't give a shit about it. They will call you out. Plus, their hair looked better than mine. What is it with this sumbitch and afros, man? Look at that useless ass cracking back there. What are you smiling at? You ain't done shit. Then take a nap, man. Take care of that. Just get your ass to sleep. F you. What's up with Luffy? Somebody remembered. The hell is he? So we got the prisoners and we got Luffy, I think. There he is. Piece of shit. Yeah. F them. Both of them. Where the hell's Luffy? That's right. Lock him up. Bitch ass. It's kind of twisted that they've got Decken right next to Horty when Horty tried to kill him. They should not be in the same cell. How you gonna stop him? We always knew Filth lived down there in the Fishman district. Yeah, he's messed up with them steroids, man. I think she's got Luffy, yeah. Good shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, crying will help. Thank you so much. I'd say the Luffy hat thing is 90% of these. I'd like to see more of the other characters. But it just goes to show, once again, this is Luffy's story. This is not an ensemble story. We need to keep that in mind. This is a good way to keep that in mind. He's the only main character. Everybody's around him worried about his fate. You know, that's just what he is. He's the main character. Would you stop trying to drown him with your effing tears? Chopper's messed up, man. That is hilarious. Basically, she's got a hand up his ass like he's a Muppet. Boy, that's some funny shit. I missed about 6 lines of dialogue. That shit was so funny. And now we're gonna bring this thing to a close, talking about the Fishman giving blood to Luffy. It all comes back around. This time, people will do it. Just get your ass over there and do it. Shut up, kid. Jesus. Gotta be sweating. Outrageous. By the way, you need to start keeping blood packs on the ship. You can donate your own blood and save it for yourself. They need to start doing that. That's not how it works, crybaby. If the princess will do it, they ain't doing it. The fishman's gonna save his life. That's the story arc, right? Well, it all comes back around. I wouldn't be surprised if the king has blood type F. Let the king do it. Or is it going to be the prophet? No, Jimby. Is he the blood type? This will make them blood brothers. Open a vein. You're goddamn right. Another reason I love him. Yeah, what's up? Is that for real blood type, by the way? Is F for fish? Is that what we're saying? I don't give a shit about law. We wouldn't do it, but thank you for you doing it. By the way, the king can change the law if he wants to. I repeal the law. Jimmy's one of my favorite characters, man. If he joins the Straw Hats, which I doubt, he would be up there with Robin and Chopper. I don't even know what the order they would be in. That's how much I love all three of them. I go sleepy now. Handle this. Blood Brothers. What a guy. Better not hurt. You better not hurt. Blood type F. I'm definitely looking that up. Hey, Fishman blood's red like all other blood. Kind of crazy. I think we go through blood. It's about every week or something like that. Something like that. So, like, when you get a transfusion, within a month, none of that blood's left in you. It's gone. But it's a symbolism, right? Blow them all to hell. Right in the face. This is good shit, man. I like how they put all this together. Is that the Jimmy voice actor doing this voiceover? I think so. I'm sure it is, but I don't recognize it. It doesn't sound like him. Ooh, I like that transition. That's badass. The direction of this series, I'm sure it's not the same director all the time. Like, but the direction of this episode and some of the recent ones have been top notch. It's funny how the Sanji thing, like him needing transfusion, was stupid, idiotic, but it sets this up so that retroactively makes it less idiotic. You set this up because this is a great moment, but it needed to be set up by them needing a transfusion before, and that was an easy way to make it necessary. And I'm not awake. I'm sleep talking. You mean you don't know us and we don't know you? Is that what you're talking about? Now we just have the matter of this derelict. I like this a lot, man. This is well done. Well, now this has been spoken out loud, it has to happen. The only question is, does he have other obligations? Other people have been invited and they haven't joined. And he eventually accepts that. So don't get my hopes up, you sons of bitches. But yeah, I very badly want him to join the crew. He'd be a great member. He's funny. I love his wisdom. Just everything about him. He's just awesome, man. What a great story arc. I had to take a break in the middle of this episode, and while I did, I checked comments, and there was an interesting comment here from Continual Rise, and this is from episode 555. So go back and check it out. It's a really long comment. It's like 6 paragraphs. So, but basically, the thesis is a lot of people consider this one of their least favorite story arcs, which is idiotic. Like, this is a great story arc. Every story arc's different. It's like you don't want the same thing every time. This is 1,011. It's an 1,100 episode series. You don't want the same story arc 20 times in a row. Come on. Like, Mainford was its thing. Skypiea was like, you're going to get different story arcs. So the fact that this is different or slower or whatever is irrelevant to whether or not I'm going to like it. Is it a good story? That's all that matters. Is it a good story? It's a great story. I've complained about the pacing. The pacing was a little off. Like, you probably could have condensed this by an episode or two and you had the exact same impact. Sometimes you need like the air between scenes, but it just, like I said, it just felt like the ship was falling forever, and that put a ticking clock on things that really made it obvious how slow things were moving, literally and figuratively. Bit of a problem, but that's not a reason I hate a story arc. Like, that's just there. That's a complaint. The biggest complaint I have was mentioned by Continual Rise, which is the thing Horty being the shooter. Continual Rise, he doesn't have a problem with it, which, whatever, that's cool. But for me, it just would have made him a more complex character if he had a point. The MCU villains we like the most are the ones, Thanos had a point. Killmonger had a point. The problem is it was their execution and their obsessions, and they were bad people. It's just more interesting when a bad person has a point. Like, I'll never forget, I think it was the first, yeah, I guess it was X-Men First Class, right? It's Magneto is talking to Kevin Bacon's character, And he's saying, Kevin Bacon just has this whole speech about how, humans are against mutants. Mutants should unite and, rise up against the humans because humans are just going to kill us. You can't trust humans. He had this whole, diatribe, dissertation. And it's everything we know that Magneto agrees with. Like, this is all Magneto's talking points. It's every one of his talking points. Kevin Bacon is listing all these talking points, right? And Magneto's face on, and Kevin Bacon's like, join me. You should be on my side. We see things the same way. And Magneto's like, I agree with everything you just said. But you killed my mother. And then he effing kills him. It's one of the best moments I've ever seen in a movie. It's like, I agree with everything you just said, but you killed my mother. There's just some things we can't get past, man. So it's much more interesting if Horty has a point and he has a reason for what he feels like, but he just pushed it too far. Continuing Rise was saying, like, it's one or the other. Like, it's more interesting if he's just a complete psychopath and totally evil. He could be a complete psychopath and totally evil and still have a point that the humans are bad. Like, that doesn't... If a human had been the shooter with no other involvement, that doesn't change Horty being evil. He can still be that. He can be just as evil as he is in the result we see, right? The version we see. He can be just as evil then. Except he wasn't the person that started this all. Right? It just makes it more interesting. And again, I keep coming back to, everybody has a flaw. The author's flaw, in my opinion, he can't take things all the way. He's a little soft. I won't say weak, but he's soft. He's a little soft. He can't quite push things all the way. He's not as soft as I thought he was, because what he did with Ace was phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal. But every now and then he gets a little sweat on his brow, his hand shakes, and he pulls back from the abyss just a little bit, and the story suffers from it just a little bit. I'm on record for saying he's a generational genius. He's one of the best 5 authors. If we were going to put a Mount Rushmore of authors, he's on there. In any genre, any kind of medium, any kind of form of storytelling, put him up there as Shakespeare, whoever else you want on the list, right? Like, they're there. He's there. Nobody's perfect. He's just he just can't take things all the way. And this is a case where if it had just been a human, that would have been taking things all the way. Instead, you undercut it by having Horty be behind it. So that, no shade. It doesn't detract from the storyline as far as I'm concerned. It does for other people. Apparently a lot of people have the same complaint I did. It detracts other people's enjoyment from the story arc. It doesn't for me. But it's just an observation of the kind of writer he is. Like, he can't take things all the way. Which, again, is why I don't think he's going to kill Luffy at the end of this. Like, you can't look at these kinds of decisions and then also say, but yeah, he'll take things all the way at the end. It's going to be harder at the end. It's a hell of a lot harder to do shit like this at the end when there's nothing else you can do to kind of make up for it. You can take it all the way here, but then maybe you can, soften things in some other way down the road. But at the very end, that's it. That's what you're leaving the audience with. I don't believe the author can take it all the way. Show me. Prove me wrong. Show me. But so far, I haven't seen it. So that's the only complaint I've ever, and probably will ever make against the author. He just can't quite. He's a little soft. He can't quite take it all the way. Everybody has their own opinion, of course. I'm not knocking Continual Rise. I'm just saying this is how I feel about it.